We're excited to kick off Women in Tech USA's second annual Water Month. Throughout the month of August, we will be looking at the intersection of women, water, and technology. We're excited to be back this year with support from great partners to raise awareness of the need for universal and equitable access to clean water and sanitation, and how providing that empowers women and girls. I'm Stephanie Tatum, and I'm the Marketing Director with the United States chapter of Women in Tech. In this new interview series, I'm speaking with Women in Tech for Good. Joining me today is Lumbie Mlambo. Lumbie is a Global Goals Ambassador, a UN Global Water Partnership Partner, and recognized as a UN Global Leader in Clean Water and Sanitation. She was born in Zimbabwe, Africa, and moved to the United States in 1985. Inspired by her orphaned father, who served as a revered humanitarian in his local community, Lumbie took the leap to continue his legacy and started a 501c3 nonprofit named after her father, J.B. Dondolo, Inc. Their mission is to remove barriers of access to clean water, sanitation, and hygiene in underserved and impoverished communities to reduce poverty and promote gender equity. Lumbie makes her voice heard about the issues impacting women and girls globally by sharing her insights and knowledge on how such issues can be addressed. She's passionate about improving people's lives and restoring dignity, which starts when women and girls have a seat at the table. Lumbie, it's so great to have you here.
Thank you, Stephanie. I'm excited. I just can't wait. It's a great discussion. It's always a great discussion with you.
Yes, well, we so appreciate you joining us. JB Dondolo and Women in Tech have similar missions promoting gender equity and empowering women and girls. One is through clean water, the other is through technology, but both are also contributing to UN Sustainable Development Goals. So it'd be awesome if you could give us an overview of your background and how you landed in the water sector and specifically working on Sustainable Development Goal number 6, clean water and sanitation.
Right, so my background was never in water before I started all this project and this company. My background was in IT, information technology, as a software engineer and also as a project manager as I progressed. But the reason why I started the companies was because of my father, who was a humanitarian. And when he passed away, before he passed away, he asked his children to continue his legacy, to continue the project. So I found myself working on the project that had nothing to do with water, first of all, but that had everything to do with health, women's health and girls' health at the clinic in Iguazi Clinic, Zimbabwe. And that's where I kind of, stumbled upon this water project because they were in dire need of water, clean water, more than the clinic itself. So as I dug deeper into it, I found out that, I really had love of water myself because I was learning a lot and hearing a lot of stories from women, really sad stories that kind of, as a woman, they impacted me because women have this task of collecting water. They are the collectors of water wherever you go. And they were walking miles and miles away to find water. And at the clinic, women really didn't have any water at all. And that meant that sanitation was compromised and their health was compromised. And the children were dying of, unhygienic conditions and just not, women not being well. So I decided that, I'll make this my agenda and run with it and really focus on the importance and the relevance of clean water. And it so happened that clean water and sanitation is actually SDG 6. So that kind of aligned very well for me because it helped me kind of narrow down on what I wanted to focus on and really focus on clean water and sanitation and hygiene. But in underserved and impoverished communities, mostly in rural areas, just about in Africa and in many parts of the world. So that's when I started this whole thing and aligned with the UN, and I became a UN Global Goals Ambassador, UN, and also a UN Global Awards recipient. And I love all that.
That's awesome. Yeah, that you just listened to kind of that calling and took, one step after the next to get there. So could you tell us a little more about those communities in Africa and also any in the US that you're serving?
Right. Let me start with the communities in the US that I'm serving. It's a similar situation in that a lot of people in certain areas do not have access to clean water. Take, for example, Flint, Michigan, which is known all over the world for not having clean water because of lead poisoning.
Yeah.
And take, for instance, Newark, New Jersey, which has a similar issue. So I've worked in New York, New Jersey to help them with the water situation by providing clean water for the communities in New Jersey. And I've also worked in Skid Row. I'm still working in Skid Row, California, where 10,000 of the people are homeless and they don't have water, clean water and sanitation. And most of the women and girls are impacted as well because they have no way of sanitizing or, hygiene or anything like that. So I impact those communities through an initiative that I call Music for Water. Music for Water is a campaign that is meant to find a song that is water inspired globally, internationally. However, anything raised, any funds raised go to California, Skid Row, California, to help the homeless that don't have access to clean water and hygiene. So that's what I do in the US. And also I've helped the Navajo Nation in Arizona. There's a whole bunch of, it stretches in wide ranges in many states, many cities, where you find that the Navajo Nation is off the grid, off the water grid that many people are on. They are not on that grid. So just like in Zimbabwe, the Navajo Nation women, they walk miles and miles away to fetch water. And they walk, and they can't find water. So you find that women get hurt while they're walking, walking down the hill. They injure their hips, their feet and everything. It's very dangerous. They get raped. So it's not safe for women. So we help them here in the US during COVID 2020. We help them by supplying them with sanitizers so that they won't have to worry. Families living in homes of one room that houses 6 to 11 people during COVID was not safe. So we provided them with sanitizers. In Zimbabwe, I've also worked on water projects. In Igos, a clinic is one of them. We provided over 20,000 people stretching that far with clean water, a filtration system that filtered the water from the borehole and brought it to the clinic. In Matobo Hills, where women are mostly widowed, we also are doing the same thing, providing water. They walk 18 miles a day, up to 18 miles a day, women and girls looking for water. And that means girls don't go to school because they spend all day long, all day just fetching water. And women can't do anything else. They can't be productive because that's all they do. So by providing clean water systems with intentional placement within communities, clean water systems that are solar powered, we are allowing women to not walk so far and girls not walk so far, but bringing water so close to them so that they spend more time on themselves, advancing their lives with income earning skills and girls going to school. That way, the whole family, the whole community lives a healthy and fulfilled lives. And we also provide solar energy so that we provide irrigation systems for food security, not just water, but food security as well, so that they learn how to plant crops, learn how to farm, have gardens, and sustain themselves.
That's so amazing. Yeah. It's clear that the distance is a challenge, the time commitment is a challenge, exposure to violence, all of those things are prohibiting these women from engaging in other activities. But could you tell us maybe how, when that clean water is available, what it really does as far as empowerment for these communities?
Yeah, so when clean water is available, it's magic. It's like you empower a woman and she can change the world. Because women are so far left behind when you look at the gender equality. So clean water is a way to get women out of poverty. It's really a gateway for women to get out of poverty, because if you don't give them clean water, then they will never be educated, especially girls, and women will never be productive because they don't know any other way. They will never learn any skills. There's no time for them to learn to gain income earning skills because they're stuck just looking for water. And girls, they skip school, especially during menstruation, because who wants to go to school when there's no water? I mean, girls, no, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that at all. I'll stay at home and just skip school. So you give them clean water. That means water is available for them to have, to sanitize and to have water, to wash and to do a lot of stuff. And especially if water is within the community and is placed intentionally so close to where they are, they won't have to walk miles. They will spend probably less than 30 minutes a day fetching water. And to me, that's a good thing because then we can digitize the water systems to make sure that we're proactive. Before the systems go down, we know exactly where the issues are that we need to address. And the systems will always be running. And through digitization, with digitization as well, that means the schools and the communities have a way to communicate with one another. They have a way to share information, be it through their devices, handheld devices. That's education for them, because now we can provide education in many ways, training in many ways, so that they can sustain themselves.
And we know that you helped us with the very first launch of Water Month last year, and it's been amazing to see the steady contributions and impact that you're making in the water sector. Kind of within the last year, what accomplishment are you most proud of?
I am so proud of what we're doing as my organization, JP Dondolo, and the whole entire team, what we're doing with women and girls. Wherever I go, the communities that we've been helping, all I hear is nothing but praise of what the water has done for them. And that makes me feel like, we're not just providing water, but we're providing a way for women and girls to really look at what they can do themselves to advance in their communities and to advance their lives. To me, that's a good thing. So that also tells me that we shouldn't stop right there. It tells me that what we're doing can be replicated to other communities and all over the world. We have a model that works, and we know that it works. And we know that with more financial capacity, we can do a lot more. We can get to the communities before a lot of damages are done. Now, what we're really focusing on, that I'm so happy and proud of, is digitization itself, because I've seen what it does in technology. I've seen what it does and how helpful it is. With technology, we're able to have a technical solution that is proven and that is sure to last for a very long time, that is backed by science, and that we can document and use and actually follow through and adjust and review. We're able to come up with reports. We're able to document and share our findings. And I'm so proud to say that our reports, our reporting and finding and documentation has actually been published in World Water for Gender and the World Water and Gender, a journal, which is a huge publication. Just to know that we are impacting these communities and that people can read about how we did it and how we're doing it, even going forward. Others can replicate and do the same, because to change the world is not just by one company. It's going to take a lot of effort, not just JB Dondolo. Other companies can do the same and even improve upon that and do it better than we're doing it.
Yeah, no, I love that you're using technology to create those processes, those reports, and then sharing that so that you can scale the impact that other organizations like your own is doing.
Yes, absolutely.
Awesome. Awesome. And so anyone interested that might be listening, how would you recommend that they contribute to these types of solutions if they're interested in helping provide clean water and sanitation to people everywhere?
I would say that if you want to become involved, you can follow us on social media. We are just about on every social media platform, on LinkedIn at JB Dondolo, and on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Telegram. We are just everywhere. WhatsApp, email, info@jbdondolo.org. And there's so many ways to contribute. You can find ways on how you can help. You can help by spreading the word, or helping us, connect with other media platforms, major media platforms, where we can share our story of what we're doing, and so that people can participate. That's one other way. Other ways are you can do it in kind. We're always looking to install water systems, filtration systems, water tanks, water pipes, pipe casings, drill boreholes. Perhaps you know someone that has those supplies, or you know someone who can drill their borehole, as in kind, or someone who can, provide those products in kind. And that would be a huge benefit for the communities that we serve, and a huge benefit to us as well. Perhaps you want to, donate, financially. That also will be welcome towards our projects. You can always email us at info@jbdondolo.org, or find us on social media and find out what we're working on, the projects that we're working on, and we'll let you know which projects we're working on that you can make an impact. So those are the ways, some of the ways that you can participate.
Perfect. Yeah, no, that's a great variety of ways that different people and organizations can get involved. All right, so to wrap things up, we want to do a few rapid fire statements where I'll start it off and then you complete the statement. So first one, success to me means
that it's not just me who's successful, but other people, like me, or other people who are, underserved and impoverished are also successful. Success is not about money, but success is about life itself, your health. And, as a human being, are you able to do the things that you were meant to do? Are you able to impact others to make a change? That's what success means to me.
Wonderful. And I stay motivated by?
I stay motivated by making sure that, I'm making an impact. By that, I mean, I'm uplifting women. It motivates me when I see that someone else is becoming successful, even if I'm not becoming successful myself. But just sharing someone and cheering them on what they're doing, and making sure that they are not quitting on their dreams, that motivates me to do even more for others.
So great, so great. And then last one, my work mantra is?
To be true to myself, to be who I am, and not to be somebody else that I'm not.
All right. Well, Lumbie, I know that you're going to be traveling across Africa this month and sharing some updates with us on that experience. So we're excited to see where you go and what you're doing, and sharing that with our audience.
Absolutely. I look forward to that as well.
Amazing.
I will be sharing. Yes.
All right. Well, we will stay tuned. And if anyone else wants to follow along, you can find us on Instagram and LinkedIn at Women in Tech USA to stay informed.